So the Samsung Galaxy S8 is finally here, but how does that stack up speed-wise to the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus? So let's take an in-depth look at the Snapdragon 835 and how it compares to the Apple A10 chip. Processors are actually pretty close. I mean, one's an octa, one's a quad-core, but numbers-wise, they're literally almost at the same level here. So let's see how capable the new Snapdragon 835 is. Now, I did a real-world test, basically stuff you're going to do all the time, programs you're always going to use, and basically closing them and relaunching new applications and so on. Now, starting from a baseline with all the apps closed, I went ahead and started a timer. Jumping into Snapchat, I loaded a snap, something you do every day. You go into Instagram, check a post, wait for it to load, go take a picture in the camera, and then to the Maps application. The iPhone's reduced animations in 10.3 certainly help with this speed test, but overall it seems to load applications faster. Now, getting into the games, loading up Minecraft first, the iPhone does have an advantage here as it seems to be more optimized for game loading. I don't really know why, but it does seem to run those a little bit better. Now, the Samsung Galaxy S8 is no slouch. I mean, it's really not that far behind, but it just seems when doing these sort of tests, the iPhone has the advantage of loading times. Now, it's only one game behind now, but seems to be two now, as I've already loaded Asphalt and Grand Theft Auto. So if you play a lot of games on your iPhone and load times are important to you by 2 seconds, the iPhone seems to have a small advantage here. So it seemed like in the earlier tests, like daily tasks, it was just as optimized on the Galaxy, but they're now on the same application. Just exited that one on the iPhone, going into Poker. This is an online-based app. These are both connected to the same network, so there's really no difference here if you're worried about the speed. But I'm already on to Netflix, which loads incredibly fast, as well as booking a ride with Uber, and I'm actually finishing up Zynga Poker right now on the Samsung Galaxy S8. The iPhone is just powering through these applications towards the end. So Yelp, even if you want to write a review, jump in real fast, do that. And for the last test on the iPhone, I'm already exporting a 4-minute 4K video clip. So this is compiling inside of the application, and then I'm going to export it. It's no easy task, and there's a lot to do. Still way behind on SoundCloud on the Samsung Galaxy S8, and moving on to Yelp now. Finally, one more and I'm at the video shop. So with the very same video file, a little bit over 4 minutes, 4K, 30 frames per second, I'm going to go ahead and compile it and export it on both devices. And this is the part where the iPhone really started to show off. I've actually shortened this video because I didn't want you guys to sit through 10 minutes of it just rendering, but it managed to pump out that 4K 30 frames per second video in half the time it took the Samsung Galaxy S8. As a result, it got a score of a little bit over 3 minutes, where the Galaxy got over 7 minutes. So overall, before that video export time, they were pretty close, but then that part just messed the Galaxy up. Now, repeating this test for round 2, I didn't actually clear the app switcher, so all the apps technically were open in the background, and I noticed on the Galaxy they all reset. For whatever reason, I think the video export just demanded so many resources that it's closed all of the apps in the background, and I'm pretty much starting from scratch. So the iPhone is much faster, as the apps were already loaded and just needed like a second to refresh and they were good to go. So as a result, I got a very short time of about 47 seconds on round 2, whereas on the Galaxy, without doing the video export, it took over 1 minute and 45 seconds. So definitely quite the difference between these devices. I don't know if that's an optimization thing on the Galaxy's part. Maybe I just used too many resources with the video export, but I'm not saying it was bad. It's just, the iPhone was a little bit more efficient at reopening applications. And I just wanted to make a disclaimer. Most of you guys probably won't be experiencing this behavior. Using the Galaxy S8 normally, apps reloaded where they were every single time I would reopen them after doing something else. It's just when you're doing something so intense, that seems to reset what was going on before. So just don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. I'm not saying the Galaxy is slow whatsoever. Now, wrapping up this real world test, I wanted to get a little bit more specific. All right, so let's go ahead and do a startup test. So these guys, have just performed the test. They have all of the apps open in the background, and let's go ahead and power these guys off, turning them on in 3, 2, 1, and they're off. So Samsung Galaxy S8 running Android 7.0 on the left and iOS 10.3.1 on the right. Very curious decision on Samsung's part to ship Android 7.0 and not 7.1.1 or something. Anyways, the iPhone is first to start up here, even with a passcode, considerably actually.